Thank you very much indeed. But we can go from, a late summer here in the UK to somewhere rather cooler.
Yes. And do you ever have one of those days when, I don't know, work's a bit of a nightmare, the commute's just a total slog, housework is getting you down, and you think, forget this, I'm moving to Antarctica to count penguins?
No, but I know some people who have, because our next guests are doing exactly that. And among the tasks they are going to be they're going to be doing all sorts as they move to the bottom of the world for 5 months. And they're here with us now on the sofa. Good morning to all of you. Bridie Martin-West, Jerome Viard, Laura Bullsper and Dale Perrin. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you still pinching yourself when you hear that you're going there?
Wow. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Well, we can't wait. I think it's going to be out of this world.
Why?
Why? Why not? So we're going there with the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust to go and work there for just under 5 months, doing a whole load of things. What they do is look after the heritage of the buildings there, kind of recalling the early explorer, the science that was being done in Antarctica, and kind of retelling these stories and looking after the history of Antarctica to protect it for future generations.
Jerome, let's pretend this is the application for the job to go to Antarctic. So what qualifies you, Jerome, for a trip to the Antarctic? What's your background?
Well, I'm very lucky because I've had the experience already to go to a subantarctic island, South Georgia. And so I have some experience. I've worked in the museum there, and so that's how I fell in love with the place and with Antarctica. The selection process was very intense. A lot of people applied for that job, and then so we had lots of tests, memory tests, communication skills, physical challenges. It was really tough, actually. It's really.
But you came through. You passed that because you're a gardener. Is that
I am a gardener. Yes, at Nugent College in Cambridge.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful place. So going from somewhere really green to somewhere really white.
You set your shades with you.
And I mean, for all of you, it's something completely new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Laura, what made you want to do this?
So I've got a background in the museum and heritage sector. I worked at the Science Museum until recently. And I saw last year's team go down, and I saw their whole application process and what they did, and I was kind of watching it from the office in London. I was like, wouldn't that be the coolest museum job ever to have? And then so I was like, I'm just going to go for it and try it, and didn't quite think that it was going to happen, but now it has, and I'm really looking forward to swapping the office.
And this office that you're going to be working at, part of it, that's the post office, is that right? Is that...
Yeah, so I'm going to be postmaster and museum manager there. So it's going to be a joint role for the first time this year, looking after the post office and all of the letters people send to their families and friends from the end of the world, and also the museum and heritage.
Is it a busy post office? I can't imagine there'd be much trade.
It is actually quite busy, yeah. We get a lot of visitors, and last year's postmaster, I think, had cancelled about 80,000 postcards.
Wow.
So it's going to be a busy season.
So if the application process was tough, Dale, what's the training been like?
The training's been incredible. Our first training programme was a weekend in the Peak District, where it was sort of team building, getting to know each other. That was the first time we all met. There was a couple of exercises that we did all together. Went out for some nice walks, got a good background on the trust and the jobs that we'll be doing. And then just recently, we've spent 2 weeks in Cambridge for a really intense training. We've had remote first aid, crisis management, conflict management, and
Go on,
it's
Jerome,
incredible.
Tell us about the conflict management.
Hopefully we won't have to put that in practice.
No, it's fantastic. We're so well prepared. It's feeling confident and ready to go now.
Because Dale, your day job here in the UK, you're a carpenter, is that right?
Yeah.
So what do your family and friends think when you tell them, right, I'm off to the Antarctic for 5 months?
They're actually incredibly excited, yeah. It's sort of something that's been on the radar, like expeditions or wild places, and with the work that I do in England, that's sort of conservation-based, so everything ties into one. I can be in an amazing place, looking after some amazing buildings, and sort of personally interested as well.
So tell us about the work then. Why is it so important?
It's so important to look back at those early explorers in Antarctica, and the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust wants to do so in order to protect it for the future. Not only for those people who come and visit, who are lucky enough to visit, but also those who can't. So kind of inspiring people in Britain and all around the world to care about Antarctica.
And what about the environment makes that challenging?
Everything.
Yeah.
It's so remote. So if we get into trouble, we can't call 999. So that's why we've done the first aid course. If there's a fire, we don't want a fire, we won't be able to call the fire brigade. So we're just dealing with this really hostile environment. But we've had all that training. So we're sharing the island that we're staying on with 1,000 penguins. So they'll look after us
Exactly.
as well.
What's not to love about 1,000 penguins?
They're all A&E trained. It's
Yeah.
Laura, in terms of, do you get moments as you prepare to go where you think, oh, this is actually very remote and a bit scary?
I get moments where I just can't really believe what I'm about to do, and it's like coming closer and closer, and it's quite surreal still, but I'm not really worried about much right now, I don't think. I think maybe the biggest worry is being so cut off from family and friends, which is quite unusual, because I've never done that before. But I'm really looking forward to going with our little team and to make the most out of it and go to such an incredible place.
What are the comms like? You obviously you can send letters back from your post office, but I mean, do you have phones and internet and that kind of thing there?
Yeah, we're going to have satellite phones,
Okay.
but signal is quite patchy, apparently. We've tried them out in Cambridge, and already there it was quite patchy, so we'll see how it goes when we're down there. And we will have internet to write emails to stay in touch with the operations team.
You talked about team bonding and how you're all going to get on. You're actually all going to be spending Christmas together, aren't you? Have you thought about that yet, what you might do? Who's going to cook?
Jerome's already got his Christmas jumper on.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. It's going to be the best Christmas ever. White Christmas for sure. Nice Christmas meal. With what we've got, everything is tinned or dry, so I don't know what's in the stores, but I'm sure I can come up with something Christmassy. Yeah.
Party games, crackers.
We've got games. Make presents to each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
It really feels like you've really bonded already.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. Okay, we'll
Sounds
come back to you in a
idyllic.
few weeks' time and find out how it's going. Is there an element of kind of Big Brother about this? Does it feel like it is a social experiment as well as a scientific event?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be staying in the same room and have no running water, no flushing toilets and everything. So we're going to bond quite a lot.
You'll know each other
during that
really
time.
well.
We will
Yeah.
quite a lot. Yeah.
Day 32 in Antarctica. Thank you all so much for coming in. We look forward to hearing about it. Come back and tell us what it was like.
Yeah.
Or maybe even connect from there. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Great to have you here.
It's 7:58 exactly. Let's get the news, the travel and the weather where you are.